Hey guys, welcome back to DeFi, Degens, Drip, and Farm for Poverty. So I'm your host, Drip Coach, dropping knowledge bombs on all Forex Shark related projects. In today's video, if you've ever been wondering about whales draining the drip contract or whales creating new drip wallets and waterfalling those rewards to smaller wallets, Forex answers that in this AMA that he did with the Crypto Cat. So shout out to Nick from the Crypto Cat again. And I actually had run the numbers on this and never really paid much attention to it. And Forex just makes it plain and simple. And I won't spoil it for you. So let's just get into that interview and you can listen directly from the GOAT himself.
Yeah, and also with the max payout with Drip, and the last major bull run brought in a ton of buyers, and the max payout for any of those buyers that have just been withdrawing will hit inevitably within a year from their entry. So that means towards the end of this year and early next year, a lot, if not all of those weak hands that or people that were just kind of exploitative that just joined just to try to drain the system, they're going to be maxing out by the end of this year and early next year. So that's going to be coming in junction with all the new utility.
Well, that you say that, but that's assuming that they're not creating new wallets and waterfalling those to max those out, right?
Well, if they're doing that, then they're compounding. So what I said is the people that are exploitative and deposited just to withdraw and just to drain the system. If they're creating new wallets, that means that they're depositing. They're compounding into the system. So there's nothing wrong with people creating new wallets. It doesn't hurt the system at all. In fact, it generates more taxes for the system because instead of paying 5% to compound, they're paying 10% to do a new deposit. So the reason why the max payout exists is to prevent people who are just earning through referrals from continuing to compound their team bonuses exponentially, because that does not require any new deposits or any compounding. But they can just continue to earn referral bonuses, but that will max them out. But being able to continue earning through compounding or new deposits, that's a positive for the system. They're putting capital back into the system. So whether they're doing that through hitting the compound button or creating new wallets is, in fact, if they're creating new wallets to do it, they're paying additional taxes. And people do not understand the game theory as well as they think they do, and they think they're getting away with something when in fact they're paying more taxes.
Sure.
So if you don't quite understand what he's talking about, I'll try to break it down a little more. But there's essentially in Drip, the max payout that you can get on a wallet is 100,000 Drip tokens, right? And some people who got in early are basically able to essentially airdrop or send those deposits to another wallet, right? And that can be done in perpetuity. And what he's saying is that's actually good for the system, because if they were just claiming out, then they have to dump those tokens on the market, and then those tokens leave the system as well as the capital that's tied to it. And remember, whenever you, this is my second wallet, whenever you deposit initially, we have 10%. And then whenever you hydrate, if I hydrate this amount here, that's a 5% tax. But in order for me to airdrop, I have to claim, which makes 10%. Then that goes to my drip balance. Then I have to go down and either send it directly to another wallet and have it hold it, which is still 10%. So that's 20% that I just incurred from the claim to the send, or I airdrop it, and that's another 10%. So either way, it's still 20%. But if it's airdropped, it goes straight into the faucet for that other person, meaning it's still in the system. So what Forex was saying is that the systems that are in place are for people that are just claiming out and basically using like referral rewards and just claiming out. And if there was no max, then those rewards would continue to compound up because you have new people continue to join under them. and then there's nothing to stop them to continue just taking that capital out. But once this maxes out, all of the team members that are there, they're maxed out as well, or they're not maxed out, but the rewards are maxed out for the wallet. So nothing comes back down to them from this main wallet. So he's saying that it's more sustainable for the system because instead of you paying a 5% compound, you're actually paying at a minimum 20% because you have to claim it and then you have to airdrop it or send it. So just by thinking of it that way, that does make it more sustainable. But yes, that does mean that whales will always be whales, but that also means that now you know the name of the game, you too can play the same strategy. And it's like you listen to Stunner Breezy say, this has been paying out. Drip is like the best project in DeFi. So why would any of the whales want to stop this ATM machine for themselves? Why would anybody logically, if you get in, why would you want to just claim out? That's also why you see Ray from Bartertown airdropping so much. Why? Because he knows it's going to come back to him. He's going to be in Drip for a long time. So that's another benefit because these whales that Forex initially started this with, they're all doing positive behavior in the system. So none of them are just taking it and then just running away with it. Like you see them airdropping and hydrating back in. And yes, they're airdropping to their sub wallets and whatnot, but that just means they're going to be in the system for even longer. So you still have an opportunity because Drip is literally starting over essentially. So 500 days ago was the initial introduction to Drip. And now we are literally kind of rebooting the system after the bear market had set in, or after the bull run and now being in a bear market, and with the global macro recession that we're in and greater crypto adoption. So for those of you whining on the sideline saying that the whale's this, the whale's that, like you literally have an opportunity to be a whale right now. There's a person, let me see if I can find them. They literally bought themselves to whale status less than 2 months ago. Let me see if I can pull that up. Just a quick message. Please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. That does help the channel as well as help bring brand awareness to all Forex Shark related projects. Thanks. I looked for it. I can't find it. But the point is, I saw this guy. He's a new YouTuber as well, but he got in the Drip around August. I want to say maybe end of July. I can't remember. But point is, now he has the maximum 27,000 Drip tokens. So he's maxed out and he didn't claim to get there, or hydrate, I should say. A few hydrations, like over the last 2 months, obviously. But I think he put in, obviously quite a few 10K multiples. But either way, the point is that these people will become the new whales, and the system is sustainable in such a way to do that. And then, as I mentioned before, all of the OGs are continuing to airdrop and drop to not only their team members, but their own sub wallets and create, financial freedom for themselves and their family members and everything else. So that just goes to show you the power of this ecosystem and what Forex created. And this has been with just Drip. So without the additional utilities that have been added during the pause and that will continue to come. So if you are asking yourself, is it sustainable? Can this go on? It's like, gotta just listen to Forex's vision for this being a long-term project of his. So regardless of what the tokenomics look like right now and what you might think whales are doing and what the numbers look like and all these YouTubers showing stats and this, that, and the third, it doesn't matter. Right now, it's working and it will continue to work. And if something comes up in the future that there's an issue on, then Forex will innovate and add more ability to make the contract sustainable and make the platform sustainable. Just like the new layer 2s, where he's giving an incentive for depositing, giving an incentive to get into the reservoir. So he's already seeing this game theory and stuff play out so that people will continue to support the platform. So stop worrying and stressing about, what other people are doing, what the whales are doing, what they're not doing, what YouTubers are pulling up some BS stats and telling you this, that, and the third. You can do your research on lots of multi-million-dollar companies. They run in the red, usually in the beginning, because they have a long-term vision. Some of them even go bankrupt, or file for bankruptcy, but the company emerges from the ashes. The reason I'm telling that story is because in the beginning, just looking at the numbers, it may not look like it's going to work itself out. But you have someone at the head of those companies, just like we have someone at the head of the drip ecosystem who has a vision and is in this for the long term and is sitting on a pile of cash. So they literally are doing it to pull people out of the matrix, out of the broken financial system, so that we can create financial freedom for ourselves. So if you want to sit on sidelines and speculate and wreck yourself, go right ahead. But I believe in Forex and the vision he's creating, and that this will indeed be a long-term sustainable future. So I'm going to get in and build myself to wealth status, and I'll be using the same waterfall strategy, paying the high taxes on that. But at that stage, once you're actually making a lot of money per month, you don't mind paying those taxes because you know it's sustainable for the system, and you're also paying yourself for being a positive force in the system, creating a team, making content, whatever the case may be. So I'm 100% going to follow that, and I see it now as a positive, just the way Forex explained, and also that I will be able to give to my community members as well by doing so. So if I can build myself up, then that means I can give more back to others, and it will continue to pay itself forward. So that's the literal mantra of this channel. Try to empower the impoverished by helping you find financial freedom through crypto assets. And that you is me and you. So, all right, guys. So hope that shed some light on the waterfall strategy, hearing it straight from the GOAT himself. Please like and subscribe. We are still pushing our way to 3,000 members, and at some stage, maybe getting our own AMA with Forex. So you can help me get there if you want to see me have an AMA with Forex in the future. I want to get the channel up more so it actually has some light and some weight in his eyes, and maybe that'll happen. Until next time, guys, live daily and achieve your impossible. See ya.